I'm Lynz.
And I'm Joseph.
And welcome to our studio tour. So our studio is always changing.
Always upgrading, downgrading, moving stuff around.
And so think of this as a snapshot in time. Welcome guys, this is my side of the studio. To start off, we have my Audio-Technica AT2020. It's a really great beginner's mic. We have the keytar that Adam Young used on tour. Not the exact one he has, but it is the same kind. We have I think this is the first generation Launchpad. My brother had it for some reason, and he was like, let me have it. So now I'm learning how to use that. For my interface, I'm running an Apollo Twin. I call this my used new Apollo Twin because I got it and it came with no power cable, and then there were so many problems that Guitar Center ended up just giving me a brand new one for the same price. So that's awesome. We have the KRK Rocket 6 monitors I'm borrowing from my friend Marcus. These are awesome and they're really popular. They have really great low end. And then these monitor stands, actually, I made them because for some reason monitor stands are like hundreds of dollars for some reason. I'm like, get some wood, let's do it. The other interface I have here is the Focusrite 18i20, and I'm running this ADAT into the Apollo Twin, so I have lots of inputs and outputs as it's all running one unit. And this rack was actually made by Joseph and all matches the IKEA desk. In the IKEA chair, we got this black theme going on. For my computer, I'm running a 2014 MacBook Pro. It has all the ports that you need, all the ports you could ever need. It's got 16 gigs of RAM, and I love it, I love it, I love it. And then the keyboard, I have the external Apple keyboard and a Logitech mouse, and these really saved my wrist, because I was having a lot of wrist problems from using trackpad and incorrect positioning. So I would highly recommend it and investing in a nice keyboard and mouse. Strolling over here, we have the Korg Minilog. It's a 4-voice analog polyphonic synthesizer. That's a mouthful. And it's a really great synth for beginners and really all kinds of people. But it's got really nice big buttons here, really great for hands-on if you're kind of just used to working in the box. I don't really believe there's like a big sound quality, like it's just all preference, and the hands-on appeal is very nice for stepping away from the computer. Under here, we have this Roland System 500, and it's a really great aesthetic for a modular. It's really good for hands-on learning modular synthesis. There's also a Doepfer oscillator here, and this is my first introduction into modular. And since it all looks very cohesive, it feels more like inviting, like it's one synth. But yeah. And we have one of my pedals that it was a kit from Build Your Own Clone based on the Boss Blues Driver, and so it just came all disassembled and I soldered it together, and it sounds really cool. I don't often use pedals a lot, mainly because I'm just tracking into the box, but this was a really great project to learn electronics. And no studio tour would be complete without the future Tesla here. My future Tesla. Look at that beauty. Taking up all the spotlight. Moving on to the guitar rack, crafted by Joseph. First up we have my Guild acoustic guitar, Cutaway. It's a beautiful guitar. My Uncle David got it for me when I was like 12 and I cried for a week. And I haven't really been able to find an acoustic guitar I love as much as this one. You can see one of these is not like the others because I actually lost it, and this is a peg from my first guitar that I put onto here. It was like a PV plywood box guitar. I have my eye on a Taylor though, but that's my favorite. My other guitar here is a 1999 Fender Mexican Strat, noiseless pickups, and it's Midnight Blue. So it's like purple sometimes when you look at it, and other times it looks blue. I absolutely love this. Plays like butter. This was my high school graduation present to myself.
This bad boy is a fretless Frankenstein bass, which is made from a 70s, I think roughly 1978 Fender Music Master neck. And the body, I found it on the Guitar Center website for $200. And it's very interesting. It has a upgraded Fralin split coil pickup in it. Sounds very unique, very round. And then this is a no-name Korean bass that I've had since I was 9. We keep around. My main bass is a Fender American Precision bass, which I changed the pickguard on to make it match the Mustang. And the next guitar that I'll talk about, which is my Fender Blacktop Jazzmaster. It's made in Mexico. Got it, and one of the pickups wasn't working. I've ended up changing out both of them. This is a Lindy Fralin Twang Master pickup, and this is a Lindy Fralin P90, which is nicely fitted into a Jazzmaster shape. Last but certainly not least, this is a Daisy Rock 12-string guitar that I got off Craigslist while I was traveling from a McDonald's employee. I set it up and yeah, it plays great. Never underestimate a cheap guitar, especially the ones that you find on Craigslist when you're traveling through Tennessee. Speaking of which, the most important part of our collection is pizza towel, which I found at a Walmart also in Tennessee. It folds neatly into a slice and is multifunctional as a towel and a dust cover for the keyboards. Hey, welcome to my side of the room. Over here is my arsenal of various keyboards and doodads. I will just spout off a bunch of the names really quickly. This is a Minimo Model D reissue. This is my Eurorack modular system. Over here is Old Reliable, the Prophet 08, which I'm in the process of changing the knobs for. This is a Korg DW8000, which I have on loan from a friend. Thank you, Eric. It's running through this really interesting pedal by Fairfield Circuitry. It's called the Shallow Water. It makes everything sound like it's on an old VHS. I love it. This keyboard is an Akai AX60. I can't say enough how much I love this keyboard. I found it when I was road tripping with Lynz on the way out here in a random music store in Dallas/Fort Worth. It had an old price tag on it, and we got it for half of what it's worth. It sounds amazing. It's very unique. It's a poor man's Juno. And then moving on to my desk, I have an X-Desk summing mixer, which I use in conjunction with an Apollo 8, and these here Carnival transformers. I got the summing mixer partially because I wanted the sound, and having individual control over the levels of stuff was important to me. And I also wanted the workflow because it turns out when you go to print the final mix with this, it does this magic thing where you hear everything wrong with it right as you're recording it in. So that's very useful. My monitors are tiny IK Multimedia iLouds. Yeah, that's this section. Over here, continuing down the rack, we have an ISO cab, which is covered with car acoustic panel or car acoustic paneling. And on the inside, it's got, I believe it's a Celestion Vintage 30 Sennheiser E906 microphone. The paneling on the inside is all rock wool. It's very beautiful. I actually selected it from a fabric store down the street that was going out of business. And in true Craigslist fashion, this and the amp behind it are my Silvertones, which I found on Craigslist in true Silvertone fashion. They sound great, they sound grungy, love them. and I use them with my pedal rig down here, which consists of a volume pedal, JHS color box, which I mainly use just for the EQ. It does do some weird fuzz stuff. I have a Palmetto drive that I'm borrowing from my brother, the TC Electronic Nova repeater, and the Eventide H9. One last thing, this is Mork. He guards my tone. He makes sure that no bad tones come out of my rig, and he also helps my guitar stay in tune.
I'm still Lynz.
And I'm still Joseph.
Thank you for watching our studio tour.